Good morning, Steve Zalunardo here with Treviso Realty. Just a quick update on the current market. We're going to talk about stats today, as we will do every Monday. This is obviously giving you a more in-depth idea of what's happening here in the real estate market in Southwest Florida and also Estero specifically. Again, this is always what I do every Monday morning, kind of see where we are. This is my temperature gauge for the market. Current inventory right now in our section is 18,874 units, so we're up literally about 1,000 units since last week. Fair enough. Kids are back in school. You're going to get an inventory dump. This is what's currently going to happen now. And plus, we're going into the snowbird season, so now they're starting to get prepared. We've had 381 closed and 310 under contract, so a little bit more than last week. And if we kind of shift gears and bring it specifically right to Estero, active units right now, we're at 699 units. Pending with contingencies, 9 units went under contract. There was 18 last week, but you'll see why 18 turned into closed properties. So we went from nine pending under contract in the last 7 days and 19 closed, because if you see the PC, which price contingency moved into close into this week. So this is why we have more closed properties than we did last week. But pretty healthy. I wanted to break down a little further, and this kind of helps me out because I got some clients from out of country, even out of state, sending me just these doom and gloom videos of people on YouTube talking about the market down here where it's going to crash. It's going to go back to 07, 08 prices. I don't see it, I got to be honest. And they're saying all the new construction, it's not selling, it's not moving, it's overwhelmed the market, they've overbuilt, blah, blah, blah. If you kind of break it down, like we'll go to obviously the whole region here that we're working in between Collier up into Lee County. Literally new construction. So new construction, pre-construction and under construction. Okay, so pre-construction, basically purchasing it on a plan and getting it built. This is what's currently available on the market, on the MLS market. Clearly, you go into the builders, they have whatever you want there, but this is currently what's listed, and this is what usually will affect numbers per se. So we're only 20% of all the inventory on the market here in the region of Collier and Lee of new construction, under construction, and pre-construction. So again, that's not a big chunk. It's an 80-20 rule. 80% is all resale, and 20% is new construction. And then you get into Estero, we have only 100 listings, and that's new construction, pre-construction, and under construction, and it's only 15%. So 85% of the available inventory right now in Estero is resale, which is healthy. If this moved to like 50% or even 30-40%, then we have an unbalanced market where resale is going to be killed, dismantled, because we know the builders right now are giving heavy incentives. Clearly, they got to move product. These are publicly traded companies. They don't have any feelings. This is all based on numbers. So they're going to have to give massive incentives, discounts on pricing on houses, and to get product moving, which is good, obviously, for buyers. And they're giving great incentives on closing, which if it's a quick close, Lennar and Pulte specifically, they'll have, even DR by that standard, will have like quick move-in rates with their mortgage companies. So you'll be in under a 5% mortgage depending how fast this quick move-in is. So what we see now is Pulte has actually adjusted all their base prices down. This is the first that I've seen it. So let's, for example, the Echelon series, like the Roseland, this is what I was told, but the Roseland, the Upton, and the Layton all remain the same base prices. It's more so the Executive and the Scenics, they've all adjusted prices down. They're probably, let's say, $15,000 to $25,000 down from the initial base, which is okay. And then also they're giving the incentives on closing, plus they're dealing with home sites. They're giving better deals on home sites currently right now. What to look forward for this week? Clearly, we know the Feds are meeting this week, and we're going to have a rate announcement as of Wednesday. So here, let's just pull this in here. This is all serious talk, folks. This is an important graph, and I'll tell you why very shortly. But this is it. The policy rate will be announced this Wednesday, which is the 18th. Current rate is at 5.5%. They're thinking 25 basis points, which sort of makes sense. I don't think, some people are saying they're going to cut 50 basis points. I don't think so. I think that's too aggressive right off the hop. If you look at the UK, like Europe right now, this is starting to take off. Their housing prices are starting to go up. Not major. Remember, it's not North America. We have bigger jumps. It's an old country, so 1 to 2% on a price increase in the UK is like 10-15% here in North America. So just keep that in mind. But the market, they've adjusted prices early on and it's starting to take off, which kind of tells you where the market is in the world right now. Also, based on this week here, you got all these different continents and countries going to be reporting or they have their policy rate meeting this week, the same as the U.S. So if you kind of see, this is obviously U.S. here, then the South America, you got East Europe, Africa, and then you got parts of Asia that are going to be announcing their price or their policy rates this week. So it looks like the whole of the world economy is going to be adjusting price or reducing policy rates this week. There's a few that it won't be, but ultimately the big hitters will be reducing their prices, which will make the market flow better. With the U.S., again, this is your foreign buyer. One of your biggest buyers here, especially in Southwest Florida, is the Canadians. This is important to follow. Is this currency rate? Because even for us, we have a book of business that we're bringing in directly from Canada. Obviously, we own an office there and we manage it. I'm here full time. And that is obviously my direct portal, bringing buyers directly into the Southwest Florida market. This is a very important graph for me because this is what the costs to exchange money. So it's literally a 36% juice on the dollar. So if you're changing, like you need a $1.36 for $1 US, which is a 36% juice. So with the U.S. policy rate changing this week, which will weaken the U.S. dollar, you'll see this drop down hopefully into the 133s, where ultimately affordability, you'll start seeing people start coming around the woodworks. I mean, this hasn't gone down dramatically in a very long time. I mean, if we look in the last 5 years, I mean, this is 22. Obviously, this is COVID period, but let's just say past COVID, we bought our house around this time here in July of 22. So this was a big deposit, over a couple $100,000. So we kind of got at the 127 mark, which makes sense. And then you kind of see this big graph in October of 22 up to almost 140, which is again almost 40% return exchange on the dollar. And you kind of see these graphs coming down. And we made a big ingestion of buyers into the U.S. economy around this period here. Again, we're into like 22 deals into the year here, and this is all new construction. They were all changing money early on at this 132, 134 range around here. So this is what we needed back in the mid 130s, or sorry, in the low 132s to make this kind of happen again. Again, we're 4% higher than what we need to be. But that's an important graph, and we follow that clearly because when this gets more affordable, we can bring in foreign buyers directly into your properties. Yeah, that's pretty much it regarding today's just quick rundown of what we're looking forward to this week. Cape Coral project, if you're following that, obviously we are developer builders too. This is the first one we started. We're going to go into 3, then 5, then 10, and then ultimately the goal is 60 properties. So this is the first one. We started July 10th. We are September 16th, so let's say that is 66 days currently right now on the market. And we should have the tiles finished today as I'm reviewing our construction cam. We got the tiles being finished off today with the bathrooms. And then we have the exterior of the building being painted. So we're going like a really bleach white, similar to my client's house I sold in Verdana Village. Actually, same color concept. It's the same color. I like it as like a bleached white. And then we're going to have some black accents through the property, kind of make it pop. But yeah, that's pretty good. Going well with that project. We got to get this on the market. Hopefully this week when we got some time, I want to list it. Probably going to be between 739 and 769, but we're going to fine tune that as we're going. And then after we sell this property, the goal is to either buy 2 or build 2 more in Cape, or we're going to go straight to Naples and build 1. Obviously the money of the what I can build 2 in Cape equals 1 in Naples, so we'll see. At profits, again, all the same. I think when you multiply the 2, it's basically the same profit as the 1. For me, I kind of like volume, but it's obviously more work. Well, we'll see. We're going to figure it out now as soon as this property gets to the market and we start getting some feedback and see where we're going to land on pricing. But that's pretty much it, guys. Have a great day.